Hello, the channel. Welcome back, everyone. Taking a wee break there, a couple of weeks off of the international break and just a bit of sort of chill out time, try to detach a wee bit as well. So, hope everyone's well. Hope everyone's still enjoying it. See everyone lost their heads at one point over the international break as well. So, there we go. That seems to be a typical international break, but doesn't it? So yeah. So it's good to get a break. Good to get a bit of headspace. Back to working on some more things now. So this one we'll have a look at the lineup building for midweek, and then we'll pick the next All-Star winner as well. I think Twitter Picker is now working. Don't get any pictures of Volvos or anything. We'll go from there. So what's been happening? We've got a few good chances this weekend. Dies and Maeda just totally killed me there. We're actually sitting in a podium position in Super Rare and Challenger Rare Plus, and Dyson's just been it was a good assist to Shanklin, to be fair, but it doesn't really count that way. Best chance for this weekend is this team. Matt Riley, I think, might have an assist to be added in, actually. Pretty sure he played the ball into there. So I'm only on the tee here, by the way. I'm not on the Guinness. I can't talk right. Yeah, Riley, pretty sure he hit the ball into Furuhashi, might hit the defender, so we'll see what Opta do there. And Jorgensen starts, so really need a clean sheet there. Been doing a bit of work on the club as well, so the plan was to take a break during international break, but yeah, they dropped the Celtic cards, so been doing a bit of work on this, and we've picked up quite a few 1 out of 100s, so pretty happy with a lot of the prices, to be honest. I don't feel as if they went too mental. Avoided the Joe Hart one just because I already got a couple of Joe Harts, and I don't know, I may well be adding a further one on. Yang doesn't have a 1 out of 100 because I already got other cards, and I missed some of the ones at the start, but yeah, got the main ones I want anyway. Navroki, 1 out of 100 went for 300 quid, which is just ridiculous. I mean, Scales' position to lose now, I think, so Navroki will probably come in at some point, but I don't see him coming in soon. So yeah, 300 quid's pretty ridiculous, I would have said, for that position. So I'm not going to pick the All-Star Limited because we'll pick a competition winner at the end. I have entered these cap 270 things, but not really any good starts, so I don't think I'll be prioritising that. So I think what we'll do is we'll just work our way through and pick a few sort of lineups, etc. here. I think first thing to do though is to have a wee look and see what the games are like and everything midweek. So matches wise, it's always quite tough midweek. You got Champions League and everything going on. You've got, Europa and Conference, but there's a lot of teams in the conference that are rotating a hell of a lot as well. So, see, there's AFC Champions League on, which is quite interesting. John Book, pretty good home game there. Need to look up the previews for likes of them. So I think Yokohama, etc. have got some good home games there, so that looks pretty favourable stuff for them. Serie B, a couple of games on. Champions League, Galatasaray, Icardi's injured. I think he's out 3 to 5 weeks or something, so it's a big blow for them. He'll be a big loss. We would expect Bayern Munich will beat them, but Galatasaray probably still score at home, you'd have thought. Inter Milan against Salzburg. I think this Salzburg's one of the worst Salzburg teams in recent history, to be honest. Not quite up there with Ajax, but loads of talent there, but I just don't think they're that good. So they're a tough fixture for them. Man United home against Copenhagen. Should really be beating them at home, but yeah, Man United not been great either, although did get the sort of late winner against Sheffield United. I watched that game. Lens PSV, that's quite an interesting one. Lens lost a few players in the summer, but home game again. PSV, pretty strong team overall, but winning the Champions League's hard. Union Berlin, Napoli, that should be a pretty good game actually. Benfica, Sociedad, so yeah, I like Sociedad. I think Benfica, you would have to fancy that they've got a good chance at home. Sevilla and Arsenal will be a good game as well. Braga against Real Madrid, you would have thought Real Madrid would be a level above Braga. No offence to the Braga fans. Barcelona against Shakhtar Donetsk, that's a pretty obvious good fixture, I would have said. Shakhtar obviously have lost a lot of their best players, so you'd fancy Barcelona to win by a few there. Feyenoord against Lazio, yeah, I thought Lazio were really poor against Celtic. Celtic get mugged at the end as well, but Celtic could easily have won that game, so I'd fancy Feyenoord to beat them, to be honest. Feyenoord are just an excellent team at the moment. Celtic against Atletico Madrid. I think I'm not going to do the overall synopsis of the Play Sharper lineups because I think like the Play Sharper lineup is just going to be the same as the game today. So I think it'll be a pretty easy selection. What Rogers said was we've got a lot of midweek games coming up, a lot of games in succession, and the same team won't play all those games. But I don't think necessarily it'll come in this game, and also Celtic been a few up today, rotated a bit as well. So yeah, Play Sharper lineup's going to be very, very similar. Against Real Madrid, Atletico Madrid, wrong Madrid. That's a tough game, you know. Atletico Madrid are very good. Antwerp Porto, pretty good home game for Antwerp. And Newcastle Dortmund, that's going to be a belter. That's one to look forward to, right? Really good game that. Newcastle, doing well against PSG at home as well, which is good. Leipzig against Red Star Belgrade. So that's a pretty good home game for them. Paris Saint-Germain AC is a good one. And you'd have to think Man City will be too good for young boys as well. Did rotate a bit at the weekend as well, so no Ederson, no Diaz, etc. So you expect them to come back in. Mighty Dundee against Ross County. Don't really hold any players there. Norwich and Middlesbrough. Norwich been really, some good attacking players like Sarah, etc. Watford away at Swansea. Huddersfield, Cardiff, Millwall. Millwall cards about in the platform as well. Leicester against Sunderland. You fancy Leicester at home. Actually picked up a limited Dewsbury Hall recently. I just think he's playing so well, and it's like £36, but his scores are absolutely brilliant. Loads of midweek usage as well, which is interesting. Southampton, they're just rancid, aren't they? I'm so glad I sold Gavin Bazunu. Guy is absolutely horrible. They say he's not that bad, but he's not a good hold at the moment, I don't think, in Sorare, because Southampton managers renowned for being quite open, and that's not really very good. Leeds away at Stoke again. Leeds don't always keep many clean sheets. Mesley is going to come into contention here. They did get a good win against Norwich though, so that'll be buoyed from that. Argentinian games, so Baracas against Gymnasia, Union Racing at home against Boca. That's a pretty good game. Argentinos not been as tight recently. So you've got new River cards as well, which is quite good. I don't know why they've come at this stage of the season, but there we go. That's a bit of a baffling one. They were off the list for a while, so I wonder whether there was some protracted negotiations, etc. there. We've got some games in Brazil as well, so that's quite interesting. Quite a few rounds to go here in Brazil. Primeira A, no real licensed teams in there, but it's covered, and you get Liga MX as well, so Leon, Monterrey, and then you've got MLS fixtures in there, so New York against Charlotte, Kansas against San Jose, so that's us getting into the playoffs. Now we've all conference games, so I'm glad I actually have held this off a wee bit, because those games are just getting added, really. Ghent, pretty good home game, so that'll be one to target. Aston Villa and AZ will be a good game. Fenerbahce, they've been rotating a lot, so they're kind of one to avoid, I think, unless you've got the backup type players. Zagreb against Pilsen. Zagreb have been really poor this season. Not as bad as Ajax, though, but there we go. Stein out! Get him out! Genk against Ferencváros, home game there. Aberdeen at home as well. Game off at the weekend, but everything should be fine for then. Then Europa League, I think Ajax are playing away at Brighton, aren't they? Leverkusen again, pretty good home game. Unbelievable team, Leverkusen, but the only real issue there is, rotation as well. A couple of key guys might not actually start there, but they've been absolutely brilliant this season. Ajax will get gubbed as usual, probably. Sorry, Ajax fans. Liverpool to lose, so that's an interesting one. That's a pretty good home game. Andy Robertson injured, so there's not much choice at left back. think Kelleher's fit again, so you would imagine he's probably going to come in and Nagoya playing Sagan. So there's actually a lot on this midweek. It's a lot on. Let's go for the usual, and we'll start with the under 23s anyway. The other thing I've done recently is I've kind of to get into this Celtic collection, etc. I've sold off a few more players. Like, I've just got too many cards. I know that's not going to come as a surprise to people. Get too many cards. Just realising that 2000's too much. But yeah, carrying a lot of cards, so decided to cut it down just a wee bit. Sold some key guys like Joey Veerman Limited, but you know, I don't always use him because quite a Celtic focus and everything for fun elements of things as well. So anyway, goalkeeper wise, think here. I think Kim Jin Hoon should be back now. Actually, he was away at like the Asian Games or something like that. Mantle doesn't play. Verbruggen's in and out like the hokey cokey with Steele. So between Mesley and Trubin, I think like given its home game, I think I'm going to go Trubin. The other thing with Trubin is that he's not getting minted at the moment, so because he's not been minted, there's less cards exist and all that type of stuff as well. Defence wise, Schlotterbeck's always good, but you know, game against the Toon, it's quite interesting, that one. Alejandro Baldi's quite interesting against Shakhtar, pretty good home game. Again, a wee bit of rotation because of fullback. Rico Lewis, if you knew he was going to be playing, would be a really good one. Nothing really overwhelming here, like in terms of selections. Lots of choice, but nothing that's looking like amazing. I did actually sell my Saliba as well, so kind of my own fault from that point of view. Although Lons quite a tough away game. Avila didn't play, although Brighton away is a pretty tough game as well. So not the easiest of calls here actually. Schlotterbeck's just so good, you're just kind of half tempted still to pick him, to be honest. But yeah, I'll make a late check on it. But I think Alejandro Baldi will get forward a lot against Shakhtar, so that's a pretty good home game. Matt O'Reilly's usually one of the key choices here. I don't know, I mean, Atletico Madrid are really good, so that'll be a department they're pretty good in. Saka played against Chelsea, so he should be fit. So there's definitely a chance there. They would play Pep Roulette with Phil Foden. I mean, Foden's played a lot of games, but that kind of worries me a wee bit as well. Just from the point of view of, you know, is he going to miss one soon? That might be a game that they take him out on. So again, midfield wise, I think I'll probably provisionally put in Saka. It's tough with O'Reilly being at home, but just quite a difficult game that against Atletico. I hope he proves me wrong. Probably playing him in the rare version somewhere. Haaland doesn't really get dropped very much, does he? So I think like kind of got to go with Haaland here. Skov Olsen came back, so he's definitely in the running. I think Alvarez probably be a selection there as well. Alvarez has been excellent, like he's been really good. Again, there'll probably be some rotation in there, so it's not the easiest of calls, but you know, I think Alvarez maybe slightly higher peaks. I'll leave it at that because when I pick the competition winner, they've got to have first choice, so any of these cards are available as well. So you know, that's just kind of give people an idea as to good midweek options. Saka, Alvarez, and Haaland. It's nothing really too controversial there. So I do play the cap 270 a lot midweek actually, but I'm not really so sure it's something I'm going to target here. It's obviously another discussion altogether, but like the issue is there's no rewards for midweek. So yeah, the overall prize pool, I don't know if it's actually linked in here. Yeah, month long. I mean, there's some brilliant rewards up top. There's no doubt about it. You know, the super rare version, there's a tier 1 unique up top, which is brilliant. You know, that's really good, but you're just giving up there's nothing to win midweek. And you might have one good week in 7 shite weeks. You know, that's even for me, you know, sometimes you just don't run well for a couple of weeks or whatever. So I don't think I'm going to be playing that. I mean, I think I'll play Challenger with Celtic just in case we get a good result. But mainly also because Fenerbahce rotate and that's just going to be a bit murder from that perspective as well. I don't think he can play All-Star unique with Robertson out, which is a shame. So probably start up near the top with like All-Star Super. So still 34 super rares, couple of rares, a good chunk of sort of money to be won up there. So I think I'm going to be sort of making this more of a sort of priority anyway. So it's just a shame. I don't think Allison will play because Kelleher played when he was fit, so that takes away some of the options. Should be able to get like sort of two lineups out here, so I might sort of run the Celtic boys in the Challenger. You just never know because Fenerbahce etc. rotate. You imagine like Ghent or something is probably going to do pretty well there. So in terms of availability, I think you're going to have to be McCagnell. So it's nice to have him available, no doubt about that. John Stones should play, though you're just not sure with Pep Roulette, but I'd imagine he should stay in. Vickers definitely will play. I mean, a really good performance today away at Hearts, so it's 74. So, I think having him as an option is pretty interesting again. I think I'll play CCV. Hart probably will be going into the Challenger sort of version. Just run sort of full sort of stack in there. And guys like El Canus and Sugawara, I really want to be playing in the under 23s, I think, for these midweeks. Just from a strategy point of view, I think 23 is a bit easier to win midweek as well. O'Reilly, interesting one, but I don't have a under 23s forward that's fit just now because Abad is out, Koki Saito will get injured, so that's pretty difficult. So O'Reilly's just going to go in here. In terms up front, Johnny Russell scored 2 goals, so that's pretty interesting. Sasha's back, so starting to get some options here, which is good. Lozek might get a game on rotation. Obviously don't really fancy Larson much at Old Trafford, so I hope he proves me wrong. So it's kind of going a wee bit Celtic stacky this, isn't it? I'm going to go Johnny Russell after he scored 2. I think he's a pretty good selection. Sugawara, as they probably want to keep for the 23s. Kavechi, Szymanski, Kadioglu are all playing today, so that suggests to me they might not play midweek, so that's a tough one. I've got Rostovsky as well. Furuhashi scored the last home game too, so definitely an option. Playing the unique in the other one, so let's go back Furu. Not going too heavy in terms of defence here. I do think Atletico Madrid will score, so what we're really getting at here is maybe O'Reilly getting an assist or having a decent game, Furu getting the goal, and Vickers just like actually putting in a good all-round sort of base type performance, and I suppose Johnny Russell with the being the joker in the hat there as well. But yeah, I mean Johnny Russell's like really good player, like really good. Could go to cap 240 as well. That's kind of interesting. So you see what I'm saying about the 270. Like play cap 240 super rare midweek, then you can win like a unique card. And you've 8 chances to win a card. So it's kind of interesting. 270, I'll probably be avoiding it at that level for midweek. Now super rare challenger. So I need to come back out of this. I think super rare challenger's kind of interesting because there's not as many rewards there, right? So there's more rewards actually in the cap 240, although the F's kind of a bit more spread out. So prize pool wise, you talk tier 2 super rare for first. So actually I might try and make a cap 240 team. The good thing is with Vickers just been back, he's got a really low cap cost just now, so he's definitely better than a 43 anyway. There's no doubt about that. McGregor's pretty good at home, so you've got to try and get Calmac in. Now we're into the 42s, so that's where it starts getting a bit difficult. I don't know if I'm too annoyed to even look at my ADA at the moment after that mistake today. It's interesting to be able to get a stack in here actually. Let's see what the sort of other options are. Stuart Armstrong's a pretty good option. He's been starting actually. Harvey Elliott. So I think Harvey Elliott will start for Liverpool. So that's kind of interesting. In terms of captain, Atletico Madrid quite strong in midfield. I'm not really sure Celtic will get much chance of a clean sheet, but Vickers was pretty dominant today, so there we go. Back Vickers. So let's come back down. That's good. So that's the main sort of Super Rare teams. Under 23 Rare Plus now. Can't get used to that. It's the Pro, isn't it? It's the Rare Pro. Under 23 Rare Plus. But anyway. So two choices here. A couple of choices. Kim Jong-hoon's definitely a good choice against Home United. You imagine John Book will be too good for them at home. I thought so anyway. No pun intended. Mesley or Trubin. I think I would go with the same strategy here. So Trubin, Sugawara, I know it's Aston Villa, so it's a tough game and stuff, but on sets as well, and he's just been so good. So I think with AZ at home, that's a kind of obvious choice. Karius doesn't really seem to get rotated, which is pretty good. Huge score today as well, on sets. Again, pretty good home game. Up front wise, so Doku has been absolutely brilliant. Has been a wee bit of rotation. Ferran Torres I've got listed. I can't really remember why. I think it was just part of my overall strategy to raise money to spend on Celtic cards. That's pretty much the strategy. No real stragglers down here. So yeah, I mean, I think Bayern will do well at Galatasaray. Actually, Bayern are looking pretty good now. The only problem with Musiala is he is rotated a wee bit, so you still get that sort of problem with Doku as well. I think I'm going to go do Doku because even if he comes on, he's dangerous, very dangerous. It's hard to leave O'Reilly out. I don't think I will be leaving him out. I think I'm just going to play him actually. But I think that game away from home probably suits Doku. I think he could put up something dangerous there in terms of AA, and even if he comes on, gets a goal or an assist, still pretty handy. Silva's interesting. I think Benfica will do well at home. That's a sort of choice for the under 23 there as well. So that's a similar team I'd run at the weekend. More difficult fixtures, no doubt about it. But under 23 Rare Plus, 32 cards midweek, and the entry level is a lot less because you don't have so many goalkeepers and all that sort of stuff as well. Next natural one to pick, I think, is going to be All-Star Rare Plus. So again, I'm still quite focused on the All-Star and everything here. I've talked about the 270 Rare. I don't really like it. I can see what Sorare are trying to do. I can see that it's not just overall minting, it's the rewards also that can maybe drag the market down a wee bit. But just the lack of midweek rewards. I mean, if they made it like a wee bit like the 240 where you could win some F if you had a good result, but there's no card rewards, then that would probably work. But just the lack of midweek, lack of any rewards just kills it off a bit for me. I will put a team in at the weekend and then I'll go from there, but I'm not really feeling it at the moment. So again, Hradecki rotated. So a lot of these guys who are pretty good are rotated, which is a pain in the ass. But that's just the way of it. There we go. It's just something you've got to deal with. I'm hoping John Stone's back in now. I mean, Stone started and then he came off. There's no guarantee like Trent, etc. will start. Some other good options like Wes Holt, very good option. Liam Scales I picked up. I think he will hold that place now, to be honest, until he has some proper bloopers. Alistair Johnson's only listed because I've picked up the new version. So from that point of view, I've just basically decided to have the new one, bit of collection bonus synergy. So I think I quite like that. Do quite like that, no doubt about it. Just need to sort of check, see what the Man City predictions are. It's hard it is really hard because they do rotate a bit and you're taking a risk. But I think young boys, just Man City should be a lot better than them, to be honest. Wee bit frustrating seeing all these really good options and just like having good games and just think I'm not really confident that they're gonna play midweek. So it's not easy at all. There's no doubt about that. Curtis Jones injured or suspended. I think he's injured as well, to be honest. In terms of midfield options, if I thought that Jonas Hoffman was going to play, then I'd definitely be having him in. Just don't know if he is. Veerman's away from home. It's difficult. Arsenal Sevilla, I mean, that's going to be a good game, right? But again, away from home. So Bosley, again, another really good type of guy to play if we thought he was going to play. But Liverpool are going to rotate a wee bit. So it's a head scratcher. Like, they might actually just put in, probably need O'Reilly for the 23s. Somebody buy my Gundogan, please. I just decided to kind of sell him on. I'm just like, feel as if I'm carrying too many cards. Although, looking at these options, I'm sort of wondering, is got to actually go with Joey Veerman? Like, he just puts up good scores, right? Yeah, it's away from home, so it's a tough one. Still some good options here. I think Stengs, Lazio has said we're pretty poor against Celtic. Stengs on the sets. I think Feyenoord will score at home. Then looking at the sort of last super rare option, do want to kind of try and max it out midweek as well. I think Rostovski's an obvious one. I think he'll stay in now. Didn't play very well at the weekend. Dynamo weren't really that good, but you would have thought at home they should up their game a wee bit. I think Rostovski coming back helps. They changed the defence about as well. I think they wish they would just stick with a centre back, so he might even move back to centre half actually after they conceded 2 goals, which would be better. Stengs captain. Veerman usually would be captain, but away from home at Lens, not that easy, although PSV do score quite a lot of goals. So again, that's another competition plus that will be prioritising. I think we'll do one more. We've spent nearly half an hour here waffling on, but hopefully give people a good overview. But we'll pick a cap to 40 rare as well. We'll go against Rangers. That's a fun thing to do, right? One thing I would say is Langrek's pretty good home game there as well. Peter Vindal, so he's a good option. Kelleher comes into the reckoning here as well. I'm pretty sure he'll play. I think I'm going to go provisionally with Vindal here just because I know he definitely will play. Rangers scored 4 against Hibs, but yeah, it's not really a good Rangers team, I don't think. So there we go. Not that controversial, I think, to say as a Celtic fan, but I just think Rangers are that good. So I think Prague could do well there. They'll probably will get some action on goal, etc. So if Vindal keeps a clean sheet, then could be a pretty good one for him. Eduardo was injured, I think, which is another pain in the ass because one of the best sort of defender cards I've been using recently. So I've got the option of Porteous and Holt, so that's good. Murillo at home's pretty good option. Sees a nice 10% there as well. So go provisionally Murillo, double check and see what the predictions things are. It's going to take the cap cost down a wee bit here, so we've got an average of 48 left, so take it out at 55, see if we can play about and see. Marco Bulat's an interesting one, quite like him actually for Zagreb. Been doing pretty well recently too. Gavi, kind of interesting. Not a big SO5 guy, Gavi, but I think he's grown a bit as well. Lee Canyon, interesting one as well. I think Brian Lozano's injured again. Unbelievable. Hajul Sagar, now there's an interesting one. Playing against an Icelandic team, I think, at home, so it also leaves a wee bit of sort of slack in the cap there as well. Ferran, probably shouldn't be selling Ferran, to be honest, but I mean Adley, he's a guy who should really be getting some games again. I had him listed just because I'm trying to sort of be sensible in terms of not carrying too many cards, but that could be a good selection. And then in terms of affordability, Martinelli could do some damage away from home. That's kind of an interesting one. Bad is injured. Ferran, I think that's a really good fixture actually. But again, need to take him off the list. Gakpo's injured. Majovski, pretty good home game. We rest at the weekend, which is good. Simicas doesn't really score very well. Let's don't really score very well. Ren rotate a wee bit in Europe as well. So yeah, I'll take these guys off the list actually. Lewandowski's out just now, so I think far better chance that Ferran plays, and Shakhtar are just not really the team they were. I mean, Adley, I'll be keeping a keen eye in the predictions, but that's a nice recap to 40 effort for midweek. Some food for thought for people as well. So, right, let's see if this Twitter picker is actually working now. I did do a wee test run, worked. So what's probably going to happen here is it's probably not going to work, is it? So what we'll do is we'll pick two more winners, one for midweek, one for the weekend as well. And then we've got a card reserved as well. I think it's Hartel, who looks really good actually. I was kind of having a look at him in terms of getting a rare or something, because he's been scoring really well. So reserve that as well. We'll draw all the guys out the hat or something, and we'll give something else away. So right, let's find the tweet. Let's hope we don't get bombarded with Volvos or any of that type of stuff. October giveaway. Copy link. Please work. Please. I can't be bothered doing all that. Rod Stewart and picking stuff out of hats and everything, so work. I don't care if it's over 30 days old. Yes! So good luck, everyone. One winner, and basically you get to pick the All-Star for midweek if I can press the right buttons, and whatever you win, you get to keep. So that's pretty good. Get and draw. The winner is Yusuf _Mahmoud. So hopefully you're watching the channel. If I don't hear anything from you, I'll contact you by tomorrow. It's only picking one team, so that's not really too bad. So anyway, final thing is, one of the reasons I'd taken a wee break was Sorare had asked me to test this a wee bit, and obviously I couldn't, when I had that turned on, I couldn't actually leak it in the videos, so I thought it was a good time to take a wee bit of time off, but we've got some good upcoming content. I'm going to do a podcast hopefully next week with MPen, so if anyone doesn't really follow MPen, I'm going to give him a wee plug here. Not always agreed with him actually in terms of things, but he writes a lot of good pieces on Sorare, and he's got some good thoughts on that, which I think is quite interesting, so we're going to do a pod on that. Got some other content I'm going to try and get out depending on how this week goes as well. I think we'll leave it at there. So we've picked another winner, which is good. Good luck to Joseph, and we'll pick another one for the weekend, hopefully. In terms of these lineups that are running, we'll have something nice to open at the weekend. 4-2 to Girona. They're a mad team, aren't they? 4-2. Maximiano dropped again. Jesus. Okay, anyway, I'll shut up now. But yeah, hopefully it's kind of a wee bit of a convoluted way to go through the best sort of section here. Hopefully Sorare update that wee bit. But yeah, this lineup I'm pretty hopeful for a nice high finish. So it'd be really good if Jorgensen would do one of his big scores rather than one of his poor ones. But Villarreal at home, and nothing else huge in terms of these lineups. But again, this one's pretty good too. Challenger scoring's been wild, but Fierman banged Stengs and Boscaglia. Shame PSV conceded right at the end. So really need a clean sheet from Zian and a nice big one from Szymanski as well. So somebody right up there with like 500. So it's still looking pretty difficult. But we'll end it there. Thanks for watching again, guys. Hopefully the break wasn't too bad, and we'll get some more content out soon. If you're playing midweek, good luck. Go fuck.